Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do a look just using e.l.f. products. This makeup look actually that you're seeing right here. I did just wanna do one of these videos and challenge myself with just using one brand. So that's what we did today. And with e.l.f. prices, like how affordable it really is, I'm really impressed with what we were able to do. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and let's get started. All right, so I did go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. So those are all done. I didn't have an e.l.f. product for that. So let's see here. Okay, so first product, I did get the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Just trying to get it out of the packaging. Okay, so this is what that primer looks like, the Poreless Putty Primer. Ooh, it feels really nice actually. I'm just gonna apply it on my face. This is the first time I'm using this primer and I gotta say I actually really do like it. I was kind of iffy on this product just because of, you know, being in here. I didn't know how well it would apply to the face. I know everybody says really good things about it, but you know, you don't know until you try. And I gotta say that I actually do really love the feel of this primer. Even for dry skin, this is really nice. It feels really good. Yeah, it just really melts into your fingers when you're rubbing your fingers against it, and it just like smooths out your complexion. My skin isn't very porous, it's more dry. That's my struggle, but still, this works on dry skin, I gotta say. All right, okay, and ignore my nails, by the way. I did get my gel nails taken off, so they're in the middle of healing and they're really brittle and they're not in a cute spot. So just ignore that. Okay, so I did get the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and I have been using this. I do really like this product. I haven't actually tried mixing this with moisturizer, but I do want to try that. So what I usually do is I just take this, I apply it on my skin, just like this, and I go in with a brush. So that's basically what I'm gonna do today. This is usually what I go for when I don't want a heavy makeup look, but we have eyeshadow, we have a full face of makeup here. I'm just looking at all my products. So we'll just see what we can come up with today. But yeah, so the shade that I got in this is shade 5 Medium Tan. Looks a little dark in the bottle when you compare it to my skin tone, but once you do start applying it, it does actually blend in really nicely. Like, look at that, see? And it just leaves a really nice glow to your skin. So you just take a brush. I find a brush works best with this product. And look at that, like just blending that in just leaves the prettiest glow. I really do like this product because it doesn't feel like there's a huge layer of foundation on your skin when you're wearing this. It's just a nice lightweight, you know, I want to say foundation, but it's just a really nice lightweight product. Yeah, so do love that. Love the coverage. Like, it does give you like a really nice lightweight tint to your skin. So I really like this. Okay, so now that we have that on, let's go on with some concealer. And the concealer that I have is the 16-hour camo concealer. So that's what it looks like there. The shade that I have is Medium Sand. This, I gotta say, looks really light for my skin tone. Like, look at that. I think this is gonna be too light, but this is the shade that I used to wear, you know, like, as embarrassing that is to say. And wow, that is light. I'm just gonna swatch it on my hand if you guys can see. That is pretty light. I just want to compare that to my concealer now. So the two concealers that I use like on a daily basis right now is the Tarte Shape Tape and the Hourglass Vanish concealer. As embarrassing as it is to say, I was guilty of wearing too light of concealer on my skin. So that is the shade that I used to wear. I know, really embarrassing. This is what I wear now. So it's a little closer to my skin tone. The concealer itself is really good. Like I say, I used to reach for this every day. You know, not that long ago either, maybe like a year or so ago. But let's just go in with this concealer and see. Holy, you guys, this is way too light. All right, so that's a lot of concealer, I know. But the concealer itself is so good. So I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and try to blend this out. It does really blend into your skin, so maybe that's why I used to get away with such a light shade. Oh no. This is way too light, you guys. Okay, that's just too light. So I'm just gonna put in some Tarte Shape Tape because it's too light. Like, I know this is kind of cheating, but man, we need some help with that tone. Okay, that helped a little bit. Still very, very bright under my eyes, if you guys can see that. I might blind a little bit more, but the concealer is actually a really good concealer. It lasts a really long time. Like, I used to wear this so much because it would last. So I do love that about this concealer. Let me just see here. Maybe creasing a little bit, but usually what I do is I do blend out the concealer and then I wait a couple of minutes and then I go back in and really get those creases. And then I set with powder and that usually does the trick. Yeah, so medium sand, too light. I think the one above this is too light as well. Okay, so for powder, I do have the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. It's just a white pressed powder. It looks like that. The only thing I'll say about HD powders is that you don't want to put this on and then take photos because you will get major flashback. But if you are just wearing this on a regular basis, you know, just going out, it is a really nice powder. It just does leave you with a really nice, like, airbrushed finish. And that's pretty much it. So that's our base today, just using e.l.f. products with a little help from Tarte Shape Tape because of the shade. All right, so for bronzer, I did get the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. The shade that I have here is Golden Days. This is what it looks like in the pan. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this Real Techniques face brush. I'm just gonna put that into the product. Get it really onto my brush. Okay, so this is a really, again, like a lightweight bronzer. Like for those days that you don't want a lot of makeup, I can really see myself just putting this Halo Glow liquid filter on and then this bronzer just to like warm up my skin a little bit because it's not like intense bronzing, but it does warm up the face. And it's just like melting right into my skin. Like it just like melts, like just blends right into your skin. So, and it makes it look like your skin. So for blush, I did get this one here. It's in shade Turks in Chaos? It's CAICOS. However you say that. But that's what it looks like there. So it is a really peachy blush. I don't usually go for this color on my skin tone. I usually like lean towards like pinks or like a little deeper, like deeper shades. This is more on the pinky peach side. So we'll see how this works on my skin. Let's just see. Okay, I'm just gonna take this brush because it's small enough to fit in the jar. So I'm just going to put that just above that contour. And nothing's showing up. Oh, there we go. So I'm getting a little bit of color, not a lot. Again, this would be really good for those days when you don't want a lot of makeup. You want that no makeup look. Like these products, like the putty blush and the putty bronzer, it just like, yeah, becomes part of your skin. I hope you guys can see there is a little bit of color on there, on my cheek there. Hope the camera is picking that up. So yeah, it just gave a really pretty flush to the skin. And again, I can see myself using this when I'm not putting on a lot of makeup. All right, and then I did get this face palette. I do love a good face palette from the drugstore. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up. That's what it looks like there. So I think we have 2 bronzing shades and 2 blush shades. And the blushes, I don't know if you guys can see the glitter in the blushes. If I like move it back and forth, there's definitely some specks of glitter in there. So I don't know about that, but we'll go in with it. We'll see what it does. I'll go in with the lighter shade first and see what it does, if it even shows up on my skin. Okay, so definitely not the right shade for bronzing if you're close to my skin tone. This shade I'm a little scared of. It's like it's on the redder side. Like there's definitely some red undertones in that bronzer. Yeah, definitely not the bronzer shade that I would go for. Just gonna take my blush brush. This one's by Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna mix the 2 shades, okay? I'm just gonna go over that blush there. Ooh. Pretty blush. I don't know about this palette. I do like the blush shades. Like if they don't glitter in the sun, I really love these 2. Mixing them and putting them on your cheeks, like it just gives you the prettiest flush of color. So I do love that. I don't know about the bronzer shades. I think this one's too light for me. And then this one's too warm for a bronzing shade. Okay, so our face is pretty much done. And then let's go in with some eyeshadow. Okay, so I do have the No Budge Cream eyeshadows. First impressions of this, it's really hard to work with. When it says no budge, it really does mean that it's no budge. It doesn't give you much time to work with that product. So just warning you guys, I wouldn't say this is beginner friendly at all. But I did get a few shades. So I got this one here. This one's in the shade Canyon. It's a really pretty pink. And I got the shade, that's my dog scratching in the background. And then I got the shade Plateau, and that's like a brown shade. And I got this one here. This is in the shade Sand Dune. So that's what it looks like there. And then this here, I did get the e.l.f. just the 4 shadow pan. So we have 4 shades here. And, ooh. So the glitters feel really nice. They are buttery smooth. And then the powders, they feel pretty good too. Like, you know, not too much on the powdery side. Like definitely do like the feel of these shades. So I think we'll definitely use this today. And then I did get the glitter eyeshadows too. I did get them in 2 shades. Pinky Swear. So Pinky Swear and Flirty Birdie. So I'm actually gonna go ahead. I don't really want to prime my eyes when I'm using this product. I'm actually just going to use this as a base. And I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush. So I'm going to go in with the Eco Tools. The shade really did wear out on this one, so I don't know the shade. The name really did wear out on this brush here, so I don't know the name of it, but I'm basically just going to use this as a base. Okay, and again, you don't have a lot of time with these shadows, so I'm just going to go ahead and really blend this eye before doing the next one. It does blend really nicely, but you don't have a lot of time to blend. Like once it's on, guys, like you are stuck with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with this shade here because there isn't really a transition shade in this when you're my skin tone. So I'm just gonna go in with this, and I'm just going to grab my palette with the mirror. Just going to try to blend out the edges. There we go. Okay, so just gonna work on that a little bit, just really blend out those edges with the lighter shade here. All right, and yeah, that no budge, it really is no budge. It definitely is what it says it is. It is definitely no budge eyeshadow, but I don't know. I wish that there was a little bit more playtime with these, that's all. Okay, so we don't really have a transition shade, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back into this face palette because I think this is this will work as a transition shade. Okay, so I'm just going to go in to that, and I'm just going to use this in my crease. I'm actually just going to take that darker shade in this palette, and I'm just going to place it right in the outer corner here. I'm just going to blend it in. Like, I'm having the hardest time blending shadows on top of the no budge eyeshadow. You can't really blend eyeshadows on top of it. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just gonna go in with this glitter shade here. Hopefully you guys can see this glitter shade. I'm just gonna take it on my finger. I'm just gonna pop that on my lid. Okay. One thing I've got to say about not having nails, doing things like this is a lot easier. Ooh, I really, really, really like the shimmers in this palette. Like, it just gives you just the butteriest, smoothest glitter color. Oh, love that. I'm just gonna go in with, let me just see here. I'm just gonna go in with this shade here, Flirty Birdie. I just want to try this out and see what it looks like. Okay, so these glitters are giving me everything. Everything I want in life is right here. Okay, so it's pretty much dry, and I gotta say, I do really like these glitters. I think they actually saved the eyeshadow look. I do have an eyeliner from e.l.f. It's just this black one here. It's a retractable eyeliner, so just like that. It's very thin. Like, look at that. I dropped my lid. I'm just gonna take this, I'm just gonna line my lower lash line. I usually like to line my lower lash line with brown, but all we have is black, so I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna line my lower lash line. And it's so thin that it broke. So, all right, so don't love the eyeliner. Just because I didn't even put that much pressure on it and it broke. I would pass on this one. definitely. For mascara, I did get the e.l.f. Lash and Roll mascara. And I haven't tried this before. This is the first time I'm trying it. Okay, so it is like a lengthening wand. Whenever I see these, they're usually better for lengthening. So let's just go in with it and see what it does. And what I have been doing is actually applying the mascara to just the base of my lashes. So then I just wiggle up. So it did really lengthen. I'm dropping everything, but it did really lengthen and curl my lashes. Okay, so mascara's on. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on lashes and I will be right back. All right, so I did go off camera. I did apply some lashes. I just went with my usual demi wispies, and I did line my eyes a little bit just to hide the lash band. So I did that off camera. I did already line my lips just really lightly, just to give my lips a little bit more definition. I do have some lipsticks here from e.l.f. So I have 3 shades. I have Limitless, Dirty Talk, and Standing Ovation. So I did go ahead and swatch them on my hand here. So this one here is Limitless. So that's what Limitless looks like. It's like a brown, like a warmer brown nude. I wouldn't even say that's a nude. It's more on the warmer brown side. Okay, so that's Limitless. And then Dirty Talk is this guy here. It's definitely more of like a mauvey, like a lighter mauvey pink. That's what it looks like there. Definitely swatched. It doesn't look mauvey pink anymore. It's definitely on the cooler side. I don't know if they work for my skin tone, for, you know, medium brown skin tones. I don't know. I don't love these 2 colors on my face, on my skin. This one here, this is Limitless. No, sorry, this is Standing Ovation. It definitely does look like it would work for my skin tone. Okay, I'm just gonna put that on my lips. I don't know. It's definitely a drying formula. When I was putting it on my hand, it didn't feel drying, but on my lips, it definitely feels drying. So, yeah, I don't love that. I don't love drying lip formulas. Like, I already suffer with dry skin. I don't want dry. So, I think I would pass on these myself. Yeah, and just the tones I don't prefer for my skin tone. This one I can get away with. Like on my lips, it looks okay. But the other 2, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna set my face with the e.l.f. Stay All Day Blue Light setting mist. And I do really like the setting mist. I have used it before, and it is one of my favorites. So I'm just gonna go ahead and douse my face in this. Pretty much took a shower in this, but just let that dry a little bit. Okay, so let me take my hair out and we'll look at the final look. Okay, so that's the final look, you guys. What do we think? A full face pretty much of just e.l.f. products. I definitely have some thoughts. So this e.l.f. liquid filter, I absolutely love this stuff. This is such a multi-purpose product. Like, I use this when I don't want a lot of makeup on my face. Gives you that prettiest glow. You guys saw, like, absolutely obsessed with this. And it worked under a full face of makeup as well. So, love this. And it doesn't even feel like I have a lot of makeup on my skin. It looks like I have a lot of makeup on my face, but it doesn't feel like it because of this. Okay, so yeah, let's just do tops. So this is definitely a top. These liquid shadows. I love, they gave the prettiest shimmer to the lids, so I absolutely do love these. 10 out of 10, I would say. And the mascara. This is really good. It actually did surprise me. It did lift my lashes, curl, and it did lengthen. So I'm gonna keep using this, but I think this is a top contender for my favorite mascara. I think so, you guys. I'll keep using this and see how it goes, but I really love this mascara. Okay, so those are my tops. My bottoms are definitely these e.l.f. lipsticks. They're just so drying. I don't like the feel of them on my lips. So I'm gonna pass on the e.l.f. lipsticks. I don't like the No Budge shadows. They're really hard to work with. They do give you a really pretty base, but you can't achieve the same look with shadows. And there's other cream products out there that just work better, easier to, that are easier to work with. So in general, so I wouldn't recommend those. All right, so I think that's everything. I really hope we didn't miss anything, but this is the final look, you guys, just using e.l.f. products. I really do like e.l.f. as a brand. They make great stuff at a really good price point, so I really do love them. I'm happy with the final product. So yeah, all right, you guys, that's all for today's video. So thanks for being here again till the very end, if you guys did stay. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love ya. Mwah.